So this is probably one of my top asked questions, and I don't have really great advice on this. I fell into recruitment. I've been doing it for 7 years, but I didn't seek out a career in recruiting. So take my advice with a grain of salt on this one. But I started on the agency side. I was doing B2B sales, and then I eventually transitioned into a sourcer and kind of moved up the chain. Agencies, from my experience, like internal agencies, hire more are more willing to hire a recruiter who doesn't have experience. We're in-house or corporate recruiting, they are going to be looking for somebody who has some experience because there's a lot more nuances that happen with internal recruitment. But in the agency world, you will become a really strong recruiter. You will learn client management, which you will need as a corporate recruiter. So look at some agencies. You want to kind of stay away from light industrial agencies. I think those are really hard to transition from light industrial to in-house. So you want to look at like a professional services type of agency, like a Robert Half. There are more of them out there, but I'm just drawing a blank right now. But look at professional services agencies. Also, you can look at agencies that place recruiters. 24/7 is one that I know for sure places recruiters. They tend to be more fluid and open to the types of applicants that they will send to their clients. So that's another great way. Going in as like, if you're open to contract or temporary work, going in as a contractor is a really great way to get your foot in the door. I know on our recruitment team, we have several people who started as contractors before they became full-time. So that's another really great way to get in. The other thing is look at entry-level recruiting roles. So that's going to be like sourcers. Sourcers are people who usually assist the recruiter. They just like find applicants, find resumes, and hand them off to the recruiter. Or recruiting coordinators. Our coordinators, they like schedule interviews, they help with posting jobs, that kind of thing. And so that's a support role where you can learn other recruiting duties. So those are two ways. Also networking, you really want to make sure that you are getting your resume out there, tailoring your resume to jobs as you're applying to it, not just like mass applying to random jobs, but like really looking at the job posting and making sure that your resume fits it. And then get out there and network with other recruiters, because those are going to be the ones that give you those leads on when their companies are hiring entry-level roles. So get on LinkedIn, make friends with other recruiters, learn how they got into recruitment. I think a lot of us, all of the recruiters I know have really different paths on how they ended up in recruitment. Some of us have HR backgrounds and some of us don't. Some of us have sales backgrounds like myself, some of us don't. So I don't think there's any one path to recruitment. I transitioned from agency into in-house because the company I now work for was my client when I was an agency recruiter. They were my client and they asked if I was interested in a role internally, and I was like, heck yeah. So that's kind of how I ended up here. So